bots are being banned, Valve is actually stepping in to get some action going and take responsibility for their own game? Well, all of that just sounds insane, ain't it? But it's all true. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of explaining why big companies aren't worth your trust and time. Today I want to talk about some fixed TF2 movement stuff shenanigans once again, but this time it will be through the scope of marketing strategies. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, long-time viewers of my channel, aka some people that have been watching me since my mic. Okay, so aim for feet. Why are the marketing topics coming back and why the economical knowledge is once again the big interest of TF2, or in my channel in this case? Well, that's mainly because the fixed TF2 movement and everything that has been done by Valve so far all comes back to money, revenue, monetization, and all the traditional good stuff that you're used to hearing from my face. Some of the people that are regular viewers in the TF2 sphere, whatever, content creation might think that, oh my lordy, you're just pulling everything that Zesty Jesus said because he's the #1 content creator when it comes to rambling and ranting about everything that is TF2 related. But no, that is actually not the case, because I have been in the topic of marketing strategies and monetization for a long time, and I have some very interesting things to say, because it's not only about TF2, it's about everything that Valve as a company represents, and why everything they do now can be translated to all of their future products that they will be releasing, aka why the players will stop putting trust into this company. And if you didn't catch that, I'm talking about Deadlock, by the way. So first of all, let's make sure everyone is on the same page. Fixed TF2, a movement made by the players, for the players, and for the game they love and care about, which has one certain goal, which is fixing the game, bringing it to a playable state, because with the bot crisis happening and everybody being a loser by hosting some artificial intelligent sniper bots that will headshot everything left and right, just made the game unfun. There is a Frenchie behind our lines, and I shouldn't be. There are bigger threats on my screen. The whole Save TF2 movement has gathered a little more players than people initially expected, which is 300,000. And compare that number to my subscriber count, for example, you can see that this 300,000 number is kind of big, especially considering that it's only about fixing a certain game, a free-to-play game, might I add. Can you kill him? Okay. Boom. Teamwork. So 300 people have willingly signed the petition and agreed that yes, indeed, they want to fix or see their lovely game back in its original state, or in a playable state, which will be good for its legacy. And who doesn't like that? Who doesn't want to see their favorite product shine and still be in its full glory mode, or the best state it can possibly be in? Or maybe not even the best state, just in a okay state. Nobody likes to see their grandparents die in a deathbed, taking in their last breath, and in the same time people are spitting on their dead or dying body. No, that's simply not what people want. They want to see their grandpa thrive. They want to hear their latest story about how they did crack on streets back in their days. That's what people want to see, and that's exactly what is happening with TF2, and that's what players want from Valve. And on the other hand, Valve is a company. That is a simple statement. And why does it matter so much? Well, last time the Save TF2 movement was done 2 years ago, people treated Valve like a human being, like a reasonable human being you can talk to, but that's simply not the case. Valve is a company, and company only has one goal in their mind, or at least one main goal in their mind, and that is profit. If something is not profitable, then the company is failing at doing their job. So in this case, TF2, if it's not making profit, it sounds like Valve is failing. It sounds like Valve is a corporation that cannot maintain their stuff. And that failure comes not from something that they did badly, like the product is phenomenal, TF2 is a very good game, but the failure comes from maintaining that product. And ever since players have decided that, hey guys, we will cut off your revenue stream, aka we will not spend any more money on your garbage, Valve is noticing, hey, there's a little dent in our yearly summary of stuff that we are earning every single year. That can't be. So in order to keep the revenue stream coming into their offices and to fund everything that Valve has on their mind, including the paychecks of their employees, They need to do something. And that something is exactly what is happening with the game right now. I apologize for this Russian. So let me rephrase that. Valve is not fixing the game because the players are kindly asking. They are doing the bare minimum, which is banning the bots and every single account that is associated with, you know, hosting and aimbotting and cheating in their game and ruining the experience for new and veteran players alike. They're only doing that because people have started to fret their wallets, and I think this deserves big shoutouts to ZSTGs because he pointed out first, and I will not be stealing any of his credits where credit is due. He is a smart man, but what I will include now in this video is that it is part of the market. Gosh, just do what do what you're being made for. It's very important for Valve to show off everything that they're capable of doing, because Valve is known not only for one of their IPs. Valve is not known only for TF2. No, Valve is known for being a godlike game developer, and game developer means they have multiple games on their track record. This includes TF2, this includes CS2, and this also includes some other games that you might have heard about, like Deadlock. And in order for them to achieve a marketing or financial success with their newest toy, they will have to build a trust with the players. But if that trust is ruined with their original player base, with the most core fan base you can ever imagine, then people will have issues. Because if someone is passionate about a topic and they're passionate about it enough to cry about it on the internet and spread negative press, then Valve will be having some issues, because it's a real threat to the revenue stream that Valve is planning or has planned. Because big companies operate on this kind of system. They plan ahead, they schedule stuff, and they make sure everything is going according to plan. So if all the plans, oh my god, he has crits. So if that plan is threatened by a game that has been made around 15 years ago plus, 15 plus years ago, that's how old this game is, then they have to move. TF2 has become not a passion project of Valve, it has become a burden. I think this is the most important sentence that you can take out of this video. TF2 is no longer something that Valve is actively developing, that is passionate about. No, Valve has been treating TF2 like that grandpa that you have to take care of, that you need to take care of Pops because he is dying, and if you do not take care of him, then the family will think that you're a psychopath. But nobody wants to take care of Pops that is shitting his pants every single hour. What Valve wants is for TF2 to die, but not in that... Oh, what are you doing here, buddy? I just got outplayed. Valve wants TF2 to die of just players losing interest, but sadly players are just not vanishing. Players are not going away, and they're not just disappearing out of nowhere mysteriously. This is not Russia. People just don't disappear out of nowhere randomly. So sadly, they have to deal with everything that is happening with the game and with the player base that is very visibly upset about the game's state. So as long there is player interest in the game, Valve is obligated to maintain it, not because it is illegal to sell a product that isn't functional, aka scamming, but that also, that is also very important. But they're also obligated because it is automatic bad press for them if the game they are selling and their old product, that is TF2, is in an unplayable state. It automatically produces bad press, no matter if they want or no matter if they care about the game or no. It doesn't matter what Valve thinks about their game. What matters is what players think about their product, because that can change how the entire company is perceived as well. Will TF2 die anytime soon? Well, some people are leaving the game, like... Oh my god, I forgot the name. I'll probably butcher it horribly. Samwiz or Solmiz? I don't remember. It's probably Samwiz. But Samwiz has released a new video recently where he talks in detail about TF2 and how he feels about the game. Oh my god, this heavy is so mine. Let me drop at him. Meow. He's just too good. He mentions in that video that he is very disappointed about his friend leaving the game, but he also understands it. And I think that is a very fair point. If people are not happy with the game state, they are more than allowed to just move on and play something else. That's their damn right to spend their time however they want to. But sadly, the issue will only get worse and worse because CS2 is starting to get the exact same treatment as Team Fortress 2. And what is hilarious is that CS2 players see this as an absolute win, even though that's the very first step into just getting their game forgotten and thrown into the nearest trash can at the Valve's office. If you didn't know, Valve has been getting some community content updates, which started from contributing to the cases with the community-made skins. That was a few years ago, but now it's fully fleshed maps added to the game. And oh boy, does it sound familiar. This just means that Valve is slowly stepping away from the wheel and they're just letting go of their game because the community itself wants to maintain it for them. And you know what? That's much more cost effective. And once again, going back, Valve is a company, and if they see a window to profit, they will use it. Personally, I feel bad for the CS2 community because their economy, in my opinion, is much better than TF2's, with the skins being much more desired than TF2 skins or TF2 hats. That is very clearly seen in the prices of the most rare items or most expensive items. And this economy cannot be mirrored or even mimicked to any degree because it's a one-time thing. I mean, not a one-time thing, but it's very special. It's something very... That was a backstab! It's an attribute unique to that game and only that game, but it too will slowly fade away because players will grow up, players will move on, and they will find a new shiny toy to play with, like Fortnite. Hello, Pyro. Would you like to pick? Would you like to pick? No? Okay, I'll just slowly back up. So in this scenario, a question arises. What can you, yes, you, the viewer watching at home, what can you do to help the entire situation that is happening with Valve today? Well, one thing you can do is do nothing and then complain on Reddit that nothing is happening. That is actually insane. Just like elections, you can do nothing and then complain later. But if you really want to make an impact, and if you want to actually help the situation, then one thing you can do is not support either CS2. Do not support either CS2 or Team Fortress 2 with any monetary investments, aka do not spend any money on those games. And that is simply the most effective method of doing that, because in that way, you will straight up show to the Valve that you do not support a sentry in the tunnels. But yeah, obviously I meant do not support the game financially. That way Valve has a clear indicator that yes, this revenue stream is starting to run dry because players do not want to play a game that is unplayable. Simple as that. And yeah, one last time touching upon the CS2 topic, of course the game is also having some cheater issues, and of course it's having some bots issues as well, and people are just not very happy and do not enjoy the situation that is happening with the game right now. Last two threads that I'd like to touch upon in this video. First one, Deadlock. As I mentioned, if people see that Valve doesn't care about their old games, in this case TF2 or CS2, then they will not have any hopes for Deadlock as well. And that is logical. To clarify, in my last video about when I talked about Deadlock, I kind of made a mistake because I said one too many things about Deadlock that was on a positive side, where my mistake was where I should have just killed me. In short, I said some positive stuff about Deadlock in a time where saying positive stuff about Valve was very not well received. And yeah, some people got very upset about that. And I cannot do anything about it. That's how it works. So to clarify, I did say in the middle of that video that I do not want to glaze Valve in this video. I do not condemn their behavior towards our favorite games, and I'd like to see some changes done as well. I signed the goddamn petition, for God's sake. And the second thing I wanted to mention is that Steam is still the giant of Valve. They don't care about their tiny itty-bitty games because they are barely a % of what they earn from Steam. But at the same time, if they will get bad press from TF2 and from CS2 and for example from Deadlock because the cheaters have already been developing cheats for that game too, and if that game on launch will have some issues, then that's a lot of bad press towards Valve. Get out of my camera, you filthy animal. So, you know, bit by bit, the negative press will accumulate and will affect negatively Valve as a whole company. Not only TF2, not only CS2, but also the Steam sales, whatever, the creature that is Steam. And that unfortunately has a giant risk. And that risk comes in the form of people finally saying, you know what, Steam? You guys just suck when it comes to maintaining games So I will go buy my next game from Epic Games Store. And I think that is a phenomenal way to conclude this video. So, enjoy me burning myself to death from this pyro. Give me a moment. +2. Is that him? I think that is him. I want him dead so badly. That's how you end, you filthy animal! Thanks for watching, have a lovely day, bye bye.